Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nandi if you are new. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about a topic that is just near and dear to your girl's heart. And that is how not to lose yourself in relationships. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so we all love our relationships, right? Relationships are amazing. I think they are great. I love them. No, relationships are amazing. We need them to sustain. We're human. Now, relationships can get a little tricky when you are so anxious to please the other person, or when you find yourself always wanting to be agreeable for that other person. That's when the waters can get a little muddy. That's when you might lose yourself in your relationship. So if you find yourself stuck in a relationship where you feel like you're doing everything for the other person and that person is rarely doing anything for you, then this is the video for you. So the first tip to not lose yourself in your relationship is to be careful with the compromising. Now, while compromising is extremely important in a relationship, I think it's a necessity for a relationship, honestly. You're not always going to agree on the same things, but as long as you can come to a compromise, it'll keep the relationship running smoothly. But be careful with that, because if you sit down, now obviously we don't want to be a tit for tat girl. Okay, that's not what we want to do. We don't want to keep score or keep tally. But if you notice, you know what I mean? Maybe last week you compromised on some things, and then this week you're like, damn, I'm still compromising. You know what I'm saying? If you notice that you are doing a little bit more compromising than your partner, it might be time to double back. Bring a discussion to the table and be like, hey, I have observed that I'm, maybe doing a little bit more. That's definitely when a discussion may be needed. Okay, so another way to not lose yourself in a relationship, and this is my personal favorite, is to socialize with other people. So obviously, you are still an individual. When you get into a relationship, you are two individuals that become a team, are two individuals that become a union, but you are still two individuals. And that has to stay a priority in the relationship, you being an individual to yourself, because what happens is that, I feel like we all maybe know a couple that literally does everything together. And while your partner should be your best friend, obviously, and there's nothing wrong with doing things with your partner all the time, you do want to maintain some level of individualism. And so socializing with other people, going on trips with your friends, going on trips with your family solo without your partner is also a good way to really remember how to do, what things were for you, what hobbies you enjoyed. Because also you might not have the same hobbies as your partner, and that's okay. As long as you are able to still go out and do those things that you once loved, that is the beauty of being an individual in a relationship. So that actually ties into the next tip, which is participate in hobbies that don't involve your partner. So like I said, obviously we love our babies, right? And they know that, but it is okay to do things without them. It's okay to go places without them, try new foods without them, do the hobbies that you love doing without them. And also let me piggyback back to the last tip. Don't forget to take yourself on dates every once in a while. Even though it's also good to hang with friends and hang with family, you also still want to make sure that you are keeping intact with yourself. So, take yourself out on a date sometimes. Get really dressed up and go to a cute restaurant and just sit and enjoy time with yourself. If you think that it's weird to eat by yourself, then you can go see a movie. You can go walk in the park, just any little activity or hobby that you can do solo. Okay, so the next tip is really important, and it goes back to the compromising. So you want to make sure that you have boundaries, okay? This is very important. You want to make sure that you're not compromising on things that make you unhappy. Now, obviously, some things, I think comfortability is very, very individual. Now, I don't think everything that you compromise on will make you necessarily comfortable. So I don't really want to say don't compromise on things that won't make you uncomfortable, but they shouldn't make you unhappy. Like, and what I mean by that is, like, if you find yourself compromising just for the sake of keeping the peace, or you're only compromising on something that's going to keep your partner happy, that it will be okay for the moment, and that will band-aid what's going on for the moment. But down the road, if you keep compromising on things that make you unhappy just to keep the peace, just to avoid an argument, you're just going to end up with a bigger argument in the future. And then the final tip is to stay true to yourself and communicate your needs. And this is always, I preach this always because it's so true. But, you know, don't be scared to say how you feel and say what you want, say how you want to be treated. And I really believe that this boils down to the type of partner that you have. Because if you are not with someone who you feel comfortable with to speak your mind or speak up about things that you don't like, then you should really consider getting another partner. So you should never be in a relationship where you feel scared to have your own voice, have your own opinions, speak up on things that you want to, you know, speak up on. I know a lot of the trend now is like, oh, women is to be seen and not heard. Negative, okay? You're gonna see me and you're gonna hear me, and that's for sure. But don't be in a relationship where you are scared to, like, say what you have to say. And also, don't be afraid to ask for space from your partner either. Like, I know sometimes y'all just be wanting to lay it all up under each other, you know, and maybe I'm just not the girl for that. Like, sometimes I'm in the mood to do that. Sometimes I'm not in the mood to do that. Conversations definitely depend on the type of partner that you have. So again, you want to make sure that you are choosing someone that you are safe and comfortable around, someone that you can express your concerns to. And, you know, remember that it's okay to spend time with other people, and it's okay to spend time with yourself and to be an individual. Hopefully you learned some tips in this video that you can translate over into your own relationships, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.